Hi there and welcome to my cooking class. Boy, are you in for a treat today because I am actually doing something sweet. This is normally not me. However, it's hot outside and I thought, what would be better than making a no-bake cheesecake? So this is such an amazing dessert. I'm going to show you how quick you can put it together. And of course, because you're not baking in the oven, you're going to keep your house nice and cool. So let's get started. This is our berry swirl, our berry swirl cheesecake. We also have an additional one that you might want to check out as well. This is our citrus lime cheesecake. Both are a no-bake one. So because my raspberries are already started, I thought this might be really nice. And of course, I might even want to serve it with our strawberry margaritas. Sort of goes with the theme, right? So the instructions are to actually mix some frozen raspberries with some of the package. Now, why we do this, and if you don't have frozen, don't worry. I actually had fresh raspberries. So what you will need to do is you're going to need to microwave them a little bit so that they can be deconstructed a bit. And then you're going to add, the directions say, a tablespoon of the mix. So using our 4-in-1 spoon, the tablespoon of course is at this end, I'm just going to dig into here and I'm going to dump a tablespoon inside the mix. Now we're just going to give this a quick little stir and we're going to set it aside. Now if you just microwave this, I will tell you that it's very important that you make sure that your raspberry mix, or you can use strawberries if you can prefer, you could use blueberries. In fact, let me give you a fun food fact. Cheesecake is one of the most versatile baking product dessert thing that you can make on the planet. So the options are endless. So of course this is our 1 cup prep bowl, and it had said use a third of a cup. So I've got a really big pie created here with graham crackers. There are gluten-free crackers out on the market. These actually are really, really nice. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. So you can make, of course, a pie, but we're going to do a deconstructed one as well with a little bit of leftovers because I have a sneaky suspicion I'm going to have some, and it gives you an option. So we will add our cream cheese, and if you have a stand mixer, great. What you're just going to do is get this blending, and we're going to add the package right in here. So we're beating it till the cream cheese is nice and smooth. As you can see, that's happening right now. And then we're going to add our mix. Now I've got 2 packages because my pie plate is quite large. So I will make sure that when I go to the website, I will just give you the recipe for your standard 9-inch pie. Now if you want, of course, cheesecake can be done in springform pans as well. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, lots of options. Add this one in here. Big quite a mess here. We just want to get that nice and blended. Now, in order to make the cheesecake nice and fluffy, we're going to be adding some whipping cream. And everything when it comes to eating is fine as long as you do it in moderation. So keep that in mind. You may even want to use our Perfect Petite container so that you have bite-sized portions. It's really important, and as you see, I've already started scraping. While you're mixing batter, use our spatula. This is part of our utensil set that we carry, and you're just going to make sure that this is turned off because you certainly don't want to have an accident in the kitchen, and move your cream cheese around so that you're making sure that every little bit is incorporated and getting that nice consistency. And we must do this before we add our whipping cream, okay? So I'm just gonna give this another quick little mix. Our cream cheese mixture is now nice and smooth, as you can potentially see. And now we need to add our whipping cream. So So what we're gonna do is make sure if you have a stand mixer or a hand mixer that you add this gradually. Our goal is to make sure that it's light and fluffy, okay? So let's just turn this on a low speed and just slowly add this. Well, we've added our whipping cream, and now we're just making sure that we get nice, soft peaks. You can see it's got a nice, pretty little pink, but we're gonna jazz up that coloring with our additional raspberries. So what are some fun food facts while we're just waiting for this to happen? Well, there's basically two types of cheesecake. There's the baked and the not baked. But there's also crust or no crust. And as I mentioned a little earlier, cheesecake is one of the most versatile cakes you can possibly bake in the world. It goes back, they believe, about 2,000 years. And they actually think it might go back to a Greek island called perhaps Samos. Now, the current cheesecake that we see now in Western civilization has been more developed in about the last 200 years. In fact, the claim to this is actually a William Lawrence of New York City. He actually made a cheesecake back in 1872, but cheesecake was already around in the early 1800s. Are you ready for this? The largest cheesecake ever made was actually 9,347.6 pounds. That's big. How big is that? Well, just to give you a comparison, the largest hippo that we know of is roughly the same size. Can you imagine how big that cheesecake is? So we're all whipped up. We've got a nice soft peak happening here. So we're gonna make sure we don't, well, you can lick the batter, I guess, if you want, because it's not got any raw eggs or anything. But I'm wanting to get as much as I can off here so I can actually keep on top of the Epic Life Challenge. So here it is, what it looks like. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get our pie shell with graham crackers today. And it's so simple. How simple could it be? We're going to put this right into the pie shell. And you can see with this large pie shell why I did two. And we just need to smooth this out. We're gonna decorate it a little bit, and then we're just going to put it in the freezer to chill for at least 2 hours. Here's one more fun food fact while we're just watching me get this set up. Did you know that the Golden Girls, at the end of their show, they were always eating cheesecake? It is believed that during the course of all those shows, there were at least 100 cheesecakes consumed. Now, that was by the cast. They didn't say how many cheesecakes were maybe consumed by the crew, because I'm sure if they were watching those ladies eat cheesecake, and if you've ever seen a live production, you know that it takes multiple takes. So I'm sure there's probably way more cheesecake that was served on the Golden Girls stage. I still have extra. What am I going to do with this? Well, let me just set this aside for a quick minute because I want to show you a deconstructed idea. Now, with the gluten-free crackers, what I usually do, just to give you an idea, is I like crushing my crumbs in a baggie. I use a rolling pin and I get a nice fine crust. This is really nice and decadent. So you can use little shooter cups. These are called verines. And I like that they're clear. And we're just going to have a layered dessert here. So we'll just scoop a little bit of this on inside here. And then we'll put another layer back on. I might actually use some of the raspberries just to get some additional color. So just smooth this out a bit so the wafers are having a nice layering direction. So let's get our raspberries here. Put a little scoop on here. Make sure it goes right to the edges so you can see the coloring. And then just continue layering on. Can you see how this is started? a basic, just deconstructed cheesecake. I will show you the final preparation on that. Going back to our pie, what we're going to do here is we're going to get this cool down raspberry mix that we've got a little bit of the berry swirl flavoring in here. And you may want to just sort of plop it in different areas. And then you can use a toothpick or the end of a knife or a fork, whatever you choose, to just sort of give it a swirl. So let's see what I can create. Have some whole raspberries. You may want to just place these in different positions. And if you have some fresh mint and they look like little flowers or little leaves, that would be a really nice way to make this look super pretty. There you are, a quick dessert for the summer that does not heat up your house, that will be super, super flavorful. Of course, it's Epic Life approved, so it's healthy for you, provided you don't eat the whole thing, because I'm going to tell you, it tastes super delicious. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you check out some more recipes at jmflavors.com. I will post the final picture right away at the end of the screen here. Take care. Bye for now.